Nicola and Mikey Show.
Hello and welcome to the Nicola and Mikey Show. Say hello to the audience.
Hello to the audience.
So what's this episode all about then? Is there anything interesting at all?
Got you there. If you think anything coherent's gonna be in this episode, ha! Good luck. You're gonna love this one. According to her, the book on my left doesn't even exist. You're looking at an invisible wall. The Septuagint doesn't even exist in the first place. What a great conspiracy theory. I really love it. It's stupid. And somehow the Dead Sea Scrolls dug up after the King James Bible was published somehow travelled back in time and ended up on the laps of the King James translators.
Thunderbird 3 is on standby just in case we need to launch. Who are we going to rescue?
Hello, welcome to episode 8. Gonna get these out of the way as fast as I possibly can. This is a complete waste of time. It's an 8-year project that I'm finishing off rapidly. Get it out of the way, move on to far more important things. What the speaker who's speaking right now to you doesn't know, that it's all a conspiracy to get him back into learning languages again like he did 8 years ago, even though he's lost his headphones. I've lost my bloody best headphones, mini, the earbuds headphones. I don't know where they are. Right, carry on. The professor of Bible languages, please tell us your wisdom.
And it says that
By the way, the next 20-30 minutes is just rubbish, so I'm going to fast forward rapidly.
there will be two messiahs, one religious and one political. Now, it's
No,
saying
that's the Master of Light and the King of Darkness. Sorry, I hate making mistakes. Master of Wisdom. Oh, I hate making mistakes. Oh, that's where the book of Enoch comes from too. The book of the Giants, the book of Noah, Joseph Apocrypha. Wow. See, when I had bought this book, I bought it thinking that, like her, I used to believe what she's saying, so that I would never even read any of these so-called occult manuscript scrolls amongst the Dead Sea Scrolls. And now I can. I'm free to read anything I bloody well want. Diagnosis of skin disease, we've done that. The Messianic Rule. Ask Barbara Thering, she'll tell you. Oh my god. Who cares? Everybody knows it off by heart. Biblical interpretation, Book of Enoch, Tobit's in the Dead Sea Scrolls. There's a pseudo-Moses, a second book of Ezekiel. The Aramaic Apocalypse would be cool, because I know the Aramaic alphabet, but I want to see what the language is like. The two ways, we studied that at uni. So yeah, it's the the Master of Light versus the Disciple of Darkness, or some weird thing like that. Anyway, get on with it.
all this in a positive vein.
She doesn't have a clue anyway, so I'll put as much research into that as she does for the whole Bible in Syriac, Coptic, Hebrew, Greek, Aramaic, Latin, Old Latin.
Okay. Now, interestingly,
God.
the Rockefeller Foundation is in charge of giving a lot of money to the Dead Sea Scrolls. Why would they want to do this? Well, obviously, if you can confiscate.
Why would the Rockefeller seem to put money towards... By the way, the greatest achievement is they... How come I forget the word when I'm going to say it? They digitized the entire Dead Sea Scrolls, and you can go to Israel and see them. That's the most amazing thing. There's two separate things. They digitized the Dead Sea Scrolls. You can see them online. You sign up to a website and read them. The Isaiah scroll is free for all to read. It has its own website. There's just such amazing stuff going on in the world of manuscripts that I'm like a flat earther trying to say, this is the most important thing in your life. It's as important as the flat earth. Actually, to me it's far more important, of course, because it's what I was trained to do, and I lost my religion. Now I'm stuck in the, what's the word? Outer space? Vacuum? Stuck in a vacuum? See, the earth is flat because pressure gradients can't live next to a vacuum. Wow! Sorry, what were we doing? I'm just taking the piss out of here now.
Personal property, I think that would be to the Rockefeller Foundation's benefit. So, but
hang on, whoa.
Giving a lot of money to the Dead Sea Scrolls. Why would they want to?
Why would they want to do that? The Rockefeller skank. I mean, Center. Rockefeller skank. Yeah.
Do this? Well, obviously, if you can confiscate personal property, I think that.
Where in the Dead Sea Scrolls does it say thou shalt something personal confiscate personal property? What the hell conspiracy is based on nothing? Well, same as flat earth.
That would be to the Rockefeller Foundation's benefit. So, but at the Los Alamos laboratories,
right about now,
where they created the atom bomb, in the 30s and 40s, they are now digitizing the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah, I said that already.
Why would the American government want to digitize the Dead Sea Scrolls? Well, if they say...
Because they're historically a great treasure to the nation of Israel, and we are friendly towards the nation of Israel, so we help with things like that. This is a team that's worked for 25 years digitizing 50,000 New Testament manuscripts. That's what they do. Oh my God, she's putting all of these people, all the Bible scholars, translators, language teachers of language, she's putting them down. My God, Gail.
Confiscation of personal property, there's one mark in their favor, okay? They're also working on the positive identification microchip at Los Alamos.
Yeah, we know about the mark of the beast. They have it in Sweden now.
I think it's interesting that they're doing both things at one place. But anyway, they plan to add some things to the Bible.
Do they?
Okay, now, we were talking...
What? You haven't mentioned one yet. You haven't brought up a fact yet.
About the number of his name. And a friend gave me a catalog, Whole Life Products. At the top of it, you can see the 666 Mobius.
Oh, God. This is all gibberish from here on out.
Initiates, those who are New Age initiates.
She's just going to say that logo's on the New King James Bible, therefore the New King James Bible is written by Satanists who sacrifice babies to Lucifer. And the devil gets in there somewhere.
Choose the number sequence as frequently as possible. The number sequence 666.
I'm not making light of child sacrifices. It's just that no Christian who's ever told about somebody sacrificing a child has been true. For example, the Witch of the West, Doreen Irvine, her testimony that people chop their fingers off for Satan was never true. So I make fun of it because it's not true. It doesn't happen. They don't impregnate women so that they can sacrifice the baby to Satan. It doesn't happen. It doesn't. I mean, if it did, it's got nothing to do with the worldwide church of Satan that's as big as Benny Hinn's church. It's not an organization worldwide. They don't have a book of Satan. Well, they have the Satanic Bible, but who reads that? They don't have satanic pastors who sing satanic hymns. Oh my God!
So you will find it emblazoned on all sorts of logos. Okay. Now,
Talk about the King
James.
James.
Master of Fine Arts, and I did a lot of research in the migration
Oh
of
my God,
symbols, and I was invited to.
She told the truth. Oh my God, that's the third time she's told a fact.
I have a number of different graduate degrees, but one of my graduate.
Whoa!
So you will find it
I'm
emblazoned.
going to cherish this.
All sorts of logos. Okay. Now, I have a number of different graduate degrees, but one of my graduate degrees is.
You have, yes, 3. Okay, 3. I'll give you that.
Master of Fine Arts, and I.
Master of Fine Arts has nothing to do with criticizing Hebrew, Greek, Coptic, Latin, Old Syriac, New Syriac, Sub-Arc, Mimic.
Did a lot of research in the migration of symbols.
No, you didn't. That has nothing to do with the Fine Arts degree you did. Oh my God, seriously.
I was invited to co-teach a course on the migration of symbols.
No, you weren't. You taught architecture, for Farouk's sake. Oh my God.
Kent State University.
Do you know that people can look up your degree and find out what your training was in? That people can actually use their brains and do research? Do you know that people can do research? She doesn't do research, so she doesn't know that people exist that do research.
So this is an area where I do have some special expertise.
No, you don't. You
when
have
you trace
none.
back this 666 Mobius that you.
Okay, this is all crap
I
from now
traced it
on.
back to Pythagoras. Pythagoras was a Greek teacher who went to Egypt.
So, Pythagoras, who came up with the triangle of formula, somehow got 666 out of that? Huh? What about Da Vinci's Naked Man? Was that 666
was
too?
initiated into the
What
Egyptian
the
three religions, and he came back and he
The
gave us
Man
Pythagorean
of
geometry.
Life?
And
What's
man's
it
obviously
called?
very
It's got a
brilliant.
name.
But he also, with his initiates, and you can read about this in Lempier's Classical Dictionary of Proper Names. But with his initiates, he had a rule that they would communicate using number symbols.
So a dictionary
Okay? And this is where all this
talks
started.
about
Perhaps it went
how
back much further than that to the Tower of Babel or
Pythagoras
wherever, I don't
was
know.
a
But I can trace it back as far as
Freemason.
Pythagoras. But
Right, okay,
Theosophus
okay.
says that initiate is someone who
Is it Black's Law's Dictionary, the one the sovereigns and citizens use to get out of paying insurance and license plates and things? It has about as much authority as Black's Law Dictionary.
So you will see the logo of Rockefeller's Trilateral Commission being the 666
Ah,
modes.
see,
You will
that's
Newt
the
Gingrich,
Constance
Speaker of the House
Cumby
Futures Research
rip-off
Group
stuff.
With the logo with a 666 on it.
Now she'll
Okay?
go on about the New
And
King
you've all
James.
seen this book that was very popular in the 80s, The Aquarian Conspiracy.
Yeah, fast forward
Simply
it.
implying that there will be an
It's
Aquarian
all
age
rubbish.
near the year 2000.
I
And again, we see
like
the
to
666
talk
Mobius.
about
These people communicating with one another.
rubbish.
Okay. Now, of all the slides or the transparencies I'm going to be showing you tonight, I think this is probably the most important. Okay. You all have
Is
had
it?
people come in and talk about the smart card and all that sort of thing. Well, I've got the latest smart card with me. I don't know if anyone can see this, so I
We
made a
don't want
transparency
to do
of
the
it.
Mark of the Beast
But
stuff. Can we skip
it's
it,
got a plastic
please?
top on it. And then the person's picture goes here, and then there's the back. And I don't know if
Yeah,
there you can
thanks.
see it.
I grew up with Barry Smith, so
Okay, it's a
I know
666.
all this
So,
off by heart.
when you put that 6, I drew it a little bit darker on there because I was afraid people would be able to see. When you put it over a person's picture, you've got a 666 right
Oh,
on the
so
forehead.
your driver's license
Can I
puts
see that right?
666 on your forehead. That's the Mark of the Beast, people.
Look at that symbol. Look at the logo for the New King James Bible. Okay, it's the 666.
Ah, it's on the King
This
James
one is her name's Mary. She
New
was on the New
King
King James
James
Women's
Bible.
Study Edition. She's holding a Bible.
Therefore, we
There's
should
nothing there. There's
burn
nothing in
the
King James. That's what we can
New
say.
King James Bible.
But I'm not
She
gonna look at
made
the
a
symbols.
joke.
That's what we
She
got.
said she was going to throw it away. And they all laughed and clapped. Because the New King
Let's look at a
James
few things about
Bible
the
is
New King James Bible that
satanic.
were so bad. Okay. We've got the New King James omitting the name of the Lord 66 times. We're an interesting number. Why didn't they stop at 65? We've got the New King
None
James
of this
omitting
is
the
true,
word God
so there's
50
no
times.
point
Therefore,
slowing
God.
it down.
Okay. The New King James omits the word
keep
heaven
going.
50 times. They're temporalizing the Bible.
How
The New
would
King
you
James omits the word
know?
repent a number of times. It omits the word blood 23 times.
unless you copied and pasted every single version of the Bible into a text file and did a word search. In 1999, with a computer that has 2 megabytes of RAM.
Into the heavy metal rock satanic groups, you'll find
okay, all this is bullshit. This is where she talks about the band Styx, and she gets it confused with the river called Hades, whereas Eric Holmberg says Styx is the river that runs through hell. She's aware that Hades is the river that runs through hell. So then I got confused because I Google searched Styx to see if they ever released a song called Hades, and they didn't.
Sure. We have a definition for hell.
Piss poor effort for a satanic band like Styx. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. You guys, I love the South Park version.
That's from the same Greek text as the King James Version, but collation gives 1,100 minimum places where it has gone away from the traditional Greek text. And not only that, they did not use the Bible in the Old Testament. And so I'm afraid the logo on the cover...
I don't know how fast I can speed it up without losing the speech. There's Constance Cumby's Bible that she plagiarised. They used to be friends until this episode was released.
Now, inside the New King James, when you look at this logo, it will say... This is a symbol for the printing.
Well,
what trinity are they talking about? We'll look and see what
she
trinity
turned
they're
out to
talking
be a
about.
bit of a troublemaker.
Okay. Now, what I think they are talking about
I'll say the polite word, that's another pack of minties down the drain.
Royal Arch means in a few minutes. This is a Freemasonry that I believe was revived around the turn of the century by Aleister Crowley, who was the arch Satanist. He called himself the Beast. Okay. But in that initiation, 3 gentlemen put their toes together and formed the triangle within that logo. And then one arm goes underneath the other arm, so that if you looked in an aerial view, their arms would create that logo. Now, the
Freemason,
which is getting ready to do just about the same thing.
false information about the Freemasons. Waste of time.
In that old Masonic book, we have something called the 3 times 3.
Completely no point slowing this down. None of this is based on anything in the real world. Like that thing she's pointing at, she says it's the mark of the beast.
It is true. In fact, now, this picture, it was part of the old Masonic book. In other words, this picture is, I've got a blow up of it. What you're looking at right here on the New King James. The only difference is they've got the rest of the
it's on the King James Bible, therefore burn the New King James.
Anti-King James will have this logo in it. Why would the Aquarian Conspiracy be using it? Why would the Trilateral Commission be using something nearly like this? This is Richardson's Monitor.
This is a waste of time.
Buy 3 times 3. That's this. So by that logo, I will know that you're a Royal Arch Mason.
Albert Pike. We're getting into Albert Pike.
Or CBN partners. Okay. Now I blew up this little tiny thing here. I want to see what it was.
All governors and inspectors generals. If Lucifer were not God, would Adonai blot his eye out? Or whatever the hell that was.
You can see this lots of other places. Here's a book called Treasury of Witchcraft. They are communicating with somebody. That's a little naughty.
Yes, the dragon. That's Herbert.
Okay. Now, the New King James demotes the deity of the Lord Jesus Christ all over the place. Luke chapter 13, they don't call him.
Or do I have to actually do one?
Oh, or they simply call him Sir.
Do one. Luke 13:6. I have to actually do something rather than let her prattle on. What's she say? What's Luke 13?
Demotes the deity of the Lord Jesus Christ all over the place. Luke chapter 13, they don't call him Lord anymore.
Luke chapter 13 will do one word to debunk your whole chart, as always. I don't know why Algetu's sound capture keeps loading up. The card's blowing. What are we doing, Gail? Luke chapter 13 somewhere. Luke 13 somewhere. Luke 13 somewhere. It looks like an 8. Yeah. Is that right? I don't know. And he answering said, spake unto himeth, Lord, let it alone this year also. Oh God, I can't read it. It's so confusing. And he says, Sir, the man replied. So he's not calling him Lord. Therefore, verse 8, therefore this guy in the NIV isn't the Lord, it's Sir Elton John. Gotcha. Pull your chair back a bit. Sorry about the noise. Get comfortable. Get comfortable, you actually have to do some work. Oh God, Sinaiticus 13:8 says Sir in the Greek. Alexandrinus 13:8 says Sir in the Greek. So the sin here is that the writers of Codex Sinaiticus, Codex Alexandrinus, were tempted by the devil to put Sir there instead of Lord, so that 2,000 years later somebody can point it out on the screen up on stage.
Simply calling him Sir. Matthew 18:26
That's a
says, and worshipped
joke.
him, saying, Lord. They take the worship out and they simply say before him, saying Master. So they're not worshiping him.
I've debunked the whole
they're not
chart,
saying-
so move on. I don't
All
want
of
to
the
spend much time
references
with
to
you.
Jesus Christ that I noticed or noted on there
We're getting
are-
divorced, Gail.
I'm putting this one in just as a note of interest. I found as a part of this Royal Arch of
Oh no,
Put their
more
hand in their chest like
Freemason stuff.
okay, Napoleon's motto was to destroy, you must replace. Okay, now someone cannot get in the pulpit on Sunday morning.
You can't
with a red
put your
potato,
hand
say, hey,
in
the Bible,
your shirt.
let's throw down.
It means
You
you're
can
a
go in there and declare the Bible, the
90th
New King
degree
James. You can simply
vampire,
replace it. It's
Mason,
gone, and our Lord has
Catholic,
ever said.
Jewish
Okay, it reminds me of
priest.
Napoleon. Now, this is
Bill
Karl Marx.
Snivlin.
Why is Karl Marx doing this? Does he have a niche?
Why
I
is
suspect
Karl
there's something going on
Marx
here.
doing
Now,
that?
Hegel's, Marx and Lenin were very influenced by something called Hegel's
Better
dialectical
ask Karl
materialism.
Marx,
Simply
don't you
we
think?
take one extreme and another extreme, and we make everyone sick of the extremes, and they pick the middle. For instance,
Don't ask
communism,
Karl
very extreme on
Marx.
one end.
Make up a
Marxists, some would say,
10-minute
very extreme on the other end, which you laid out
conspiracy
in socialism,
theory
which is where we are moving to today.
about
Okay?
that.
Now, this is what they're doing with the Bibles. They will create these horrible, terrible, inclusive Bibles, and they're standard, some of these extreme ones. And
Oh
those will
my
say that,
God.
and then King James will pretend it's
Hang on,
okay.
look,
And then
how
try to
much
find something like the
have
New
I
James, and the
knocked
United States
this
right in the
out?
middle. They're simply using Hegel's
We're
dialectical
almost up to an
technique.
hour.
I just have to say, you've all seen this before, but just to add
Oh,
to that,
more
point,
Masonic.
Andy
Is that
John-
Pat
Philosophical
Robertson
Society doing a very
doing the
similar
Masonic
notion
symbol?
with, our friend Pat Robertson. And I have no idea why they were doing
Blasphemy,
big sum of
Pat
money. I thought it was very
Robertson.
interesting.
We all know zombies
Okay,
live
now,
in
as far as
Haiti.
using that logo
Pat?
is concerned, some would say, well, that's a symbol for the Trinity. Remember, we started out saying that the Bible is our final authority on all matters of faith and practice. And so we'll look at the Bible and see what does it say about logos, pictures of the Trinity. In Acts 17:29 it says,
There's
"We
going
ought
to
not
be
think
long
the
gaps of
Godhead,
nothing.
that being the Trinity, is like anything graven by art or man's device." And so the Bible tells us no little pictures of the
The
Trinity.
Muslims
and in art, you have
don't
naturalistic
draw
art. You have stylized art,
pictures
which would be that
of
certain things.
their
You have abstract art, which would be the logo
deities. They
of the
have
King
the
James. So
most
it's another form of art there.
beautiful
The Bible
art
tells us not to do
because
that.
of
The New King
that
James did something
reason.
interesting. They put a picture on the front
Not
of the
that
Trinity,
she
or they
would
so-
know
they-
about
they omitted the Trinity in the
anything
Bible, the
about
words.
that
They omitted the Bible in
subject.
that very verse, Acts 17. And so we are
If
moving
she
from a
drove
word-based
past a
culture
Muslim
to an
Islamic
image-based culture.
church
You can see this happening with young people in
temple,
able to read and able to read the Bible.
she'd probably
copying the
curse
Jesus
it in
video. So the
Jesus'
pictures of Jesus,
name.
but then he said he was the Word. The Word made flesh. Okay, in Revelation, he's called the Word of God. In fact, he identifies him so much with that word. He calls himself
Okay,
as the A to Z.
rubbish,
All right?
rubbish,
And so
rubbish.
the Roman
Give me
Catholic system
something
was
to
able
talk
hold
about.
medieval Europe in its clutches for 1,000 years doing two things. And those things are happening to us today. Number one, they moved from a word-based culture to an image-based culture.
She's
Take the Bible away from
comparing
the pictures on the walls. So that's a warning.
Catholics
The second warning is
only allowing people to read the Bible in Latin. She's comparing that to stopping modern humans from reading the Bible in Shakespearean English. That's how stupid this 5-minute rant is.
Remember we said Royal Arch? Okay. This is the symbol that you can see inside here. This was Hitler's
People
logo.
would
I
rather
remember
read
World War II,
the
that standard,
Bible in a
people had this
language
on
that
top
they
of the
can
standard. But when you look at Led Zeppelin
understand,
now,
in a
you can see
modern
that logo that Hitler had,
English
with the 666 inside. You also see the New King
language
James
rather
logo.
than
Why would Led
a
Zeppelin, the inventors of heavy metal rock group, big group that brought
17th
Aleister Crowley to
century
England, why would they put so-called symbols for the Trinity? Well, obviously they aren't symbols for the Trinity. The Bible says they don't have symbols.
It would be like Gail Riplinger reading the Matthew's Bible.
The Shinto symbol for the revolution of the universe. So that's going on there. But
Yeah,
I'm showing
or
you
the
this to tell you
1611.
that Led
She
Zeppelin
wouldn't
has
know
two
how to
things out
read
there.
it.
Very interesting. It'll tie all this together for you.
She
Led
wouldn't
Zeppelin
even
has an album
know
called The Presence,
how
capital
to
P-R-E-S-E-N-C-E,
pronounce the words.
Okay? And in that album,
In the
obviously there's all the worship of Satan and worship of
1611,
Lucifer. And in all satanic and Luciferian literature,
the
the devil is called the Presence, capital
S's
P-R-E-S-E-N-C-E.
look like an F
Now, I found
without
that
the
moving
cross.
into Bible versions, where the name of God or whatever is being changed from a person. for instance, in
Now
New King
she's
James,
picking
to
on Led
presence.
Zeppelin,
Now, the new revised standard is
going
very
the
versatile.
Eric
They do it, half
Holmberg
places. They started to
direction
take the name,
about
the presence.
him
That's it.
owning
I used to
Aleister
read it from Led Zeppelin,
Crowley's
so I think I could
ex-mansion
talk about what the
and
presence is. We're
on
gonna see what
and
the Royal Arch is.
on and on
And
and
saw a picture,
on.
knuckling up with
Conspiracy theories
her
about
book,
Annie
Esoteric Christianity. Any
Besant.
Christian, of course, you know that she's a theosophist, which is really one who promotes the worship of the century.
How fast can I
in her book,
fast
she contains
forward
some
it
excerpts from
without
the
her
book,
losing her
She says, the presence, capital P-R-E-S-E-N-C-E, appeared to all
Speaking.
the hunted occultist. She repeats this name
2.4.
times. I could probably bring 25
2.5.
here, or Luciferian books that show you that they do call devil presence. That's the name they use. But then they go on to say,
How do you keep the
demons were, which
interest?
are, for the most part, the various devils. And behind them, there was a dim but glorious
Well, I
order
don't
of
care.
presence.
I'm knocking out.
There's
We're
the
up to
Lord.
an hour and 5 now.
Lucifer. Okay? Presence
You
of the name
can
of Lucifer.
lie and make up as much crap as you want now. Whoops. Oh, what the hell did I just do?
The traditional
What the hell did I just do? It said audio track 1. What does that do? Oh, what have I done? How do I fix that? Audio track 1. Okay, we're good. Sorry.
Greek text.
Okay,
Brooke
this is
Foss
where I've got to
Westcott
actually start doing
the
some
man
work.
who took Lucifer. Okay?
Okay, we'll
The
end it
press
here.
seldom or never named, but whispered of. All right. Now, back to the Bible versions. We have Brooke Foss Westcott,
Brooke Foss Westcott Anthony John Hort.
who is the man who took the traditional Greek text underlying the Authorized King James Version back in 1881. And
Whoa, back in a sec. Okay, from now on is the most offensive part of this whole 2.5 hour rubbish. 2.5 hours worth of rubbish. This is where it gets really, really offensive. These two people, Westcott and Hort, Fenton John Anthony Hort, spent the bulk of their lives gathering manuscripts for the New Testament. They were the originators of the early Greek New Testament. Now this one is compiled by Kurt Allen, Matthew Black, Carlo Martini, Bruce Metzger, Alan Whitted Green, but they, without Westcott and Hort, there would be no groundwork laid for this book to be published. This is the Greek New Testament. This is what all Bible translations use. All 22,000 variants of the New Testament use this book. And so it's disgusting because now I can't. She's going to. Oh, I can't even say it. It hurts, doesn't it? Wow. No wonder I've been hanging on to this. Maybe I'm let it go by working through it. I thought this was the best one I had. This was 25 bucks. I thought it was. And then I went back to the bookshop. There's a bookshop in here in Auckland. It's a second-hand Christian bookshop. You don't go there dressed in women's clothing, they will kick you out. So I haven't been back since I had a kerfuffle, but so what? I don't like them transgenders, girly boys. Anyway, enough of that. So I thought this was the book, and I was very proud of it. And I went back one day and I found this big red one, which is nice and big, and that was $5. And then this was $8, not 25. I hate telling lies. Unlike Gail, I hate making mistakes. So this is as close as the Nestle. See, I do a Gail, don't I? The Nestle 28th edition that I can own, because to buy it, it's about 40 bucks. But I think I got a shock when I went on the website the other day. It's about 100 now. So yeah, not too sure what to do. Anyway, from here on out, she's going to take the men, and funnily enough, there's possibly only one woman involved in this whole modern version of the Greek New Testament compilations. They're all Harold Moulton, Joseph Kikuni, Rochus Zumond. Yeah, so women in compilations of Bible manuscripts could be a thing in the future. I don't know. Don't care. I'm not in it anymore. So she's going to go now into the hardest part of all her lies for me personally, because she's going to take the two men that were involved in the early grandfather editions of these books and say that they were Satanists drunks on drugs, smoking pot, drinking bags of rum, tracking down ghosts, and all sorts of disgusting, absolutely downright disgusting stuff. I'm going to do that in another episode. I can't. I've got to psychologically prepare myself for this. She actually confuses Fenton John Anthony Hort with William? Yeah, WW? Oh, I don't care. I don't want to remember. She gets one of them mixed up with a Freemason who had a similar name that lived 100 years before they lived, and starts up a whole conspiracy theory about it. Oh my gosh.
Changed it in 8,000. The traditional Greek.
Welcome to episode 9. We are ready to take on the beast, the most offensive thing ever said in the area of Bible studying, Bible languages, textual criticism, that sort of thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, back to the Bible versions. We have Brooke Foss Westcott.
Brooke Foss Westcott.
Who is the man who took...
Who's not William Westcott, by the way.
The traditional Greek text underlying the authorized King James Version back in...
No, he didn't, because the Greek underlying the King James is Erasmus. Oh my god, this is so stupid. I've left her book in the other room. It was Codex, what is it now? Should know it off by heart. Codex Basilensis from the 12th century, etc. He used Greek documents from the 12th to the 15th century. And the Dead Sea Scrolls hadn't been dug up yet. And the papyrus hadn't been dug up yet. Even during Brooke Foss Westcott's... Shit. Slow down. Even during Westcott and Hort's life on Earth, the papyrus hadn't been dug up yet. Which is why what they did was so amazing, because they didn't have the documents that we have now in 2020 to work with. So they did a brilliant job, and the reason there were 5,000 changes is because the King James was translated from 12th to 15th century manuscripts in Greek minuscule. Therefore, it had far too many added verses to it and extended words, which they got rid of.
1881, and he changed it in 8,000.
Oh, 8,000. It doesn't matter how many changes. They had better manuscript evidence than Erasmus, and Erasmus basically used the Vulgate to do most of the translation. That's the 1 John 1:5-7 or whatever. If the verse was in the Vulgate, then he used it. And there's one case of him translating it into Greek from the Latin to claim that the verse was in the manuscript. Some dirty work going on there, folks.
Places. Omitting all of those things that you saw omitted in the NIV and the NASB. Remember?
Because they weren't in those manuscripts that they had access to, and then in 1952 and onwards they had access to better manuscripts.
It says, God who created all things by Jesus Christ. Well, if you didn't like Jesus Christ, you'd take that out.
You are a liar.
When you find a
You're
manuscript,
making
you
up
put
rubbish.
8,000 places, this gentleman changed the Greek text. Okay, his Life and Letters, which was written by his son,
Oh, I can't handle this.
has his life motto on the left side there, and I've moved this over here for you. But he refers to make of life one harmonious whole. You know, monism, pantheism, and anticipating the presence. So,
His what?
you know, monism, pantheism. To make of life one harmonious motto on the left side.
Did he have a life motto? That's the question you got to ask when you're researching this rubbish. Life motto. Arthur Westcott. Brookfoss Westcott. Oh, how did I get his name not wrong? Brookfoss, because you're too emotionally attached to this, that's why. If I type in quotes, no, it's all made up. It's not even. It's not even true. So why chase up something that's not even true? We'll have a look at this and then let's leave it at that. The story of life has been Kings 81 times. I don't care. It's probably not even a fact, so let's just skip it.
There, and I've moved this over here for you. But he refers to make of life one harmonious whole. You know, monism, pantheism.
Now don't forget, and I've just forgot for a split second, that these two words are from a letter he wrote 1 year. These 4 words are from a letter he wrote a year later, and that word's from a letter he wrote it 2 years before. These 3 words are from a book he published 8 years later. This is the beginning of Gail's unique, bizarre way of quoting someone by taking words from books years in age difference and sticking them together in a sentence like this. So we have no idea. That word could have been written in 1881, that word could be written in 1879, and that one in 1885. We have no way of knowing where this quote comes from. So her conspiracy theory from now on is based on nothing. But I know, back in the day I did have a go at reading the source material, so I've still got my notes, and that's the only reason why I'm digging back into it now. These guys are my heroes. They really are. Without them there wouldn't be this, or the Nestles, or textual criticism in general, the whole discipline of textual criticism.
And anticipating the presence. So he's got that.
She's biting the hand that feeds her.
He was living not exactly at Alice Bailey's time, but very much at the time of Madame Blavatsky. Okay.
by association. Guilt, sorry. That's a fallacy. Guilt by association fallacy.
Okay, this is a picture of this gentleman. Okay,
You don't care about him.
Um,
Come on. Waiting.
the Theosophical Society, we've talked...
Oh, no, Madame Blavatsky. Somehow, Madame Blavatsky, Alistair Crowley, Anton Svender LaVey all hang out and had cups of tea with Brooke Foss Westcott in 1881. Oh, we've got a verse. Hang on. Might have to do some work.
Has been removed. You will see in Romans chapter 3, through faith in his blood.
Romans chapter 3. Let's get this out of the way so we can knock out another chart. Oh, I'm getting tired. Romans 3. Romans 3:25. Through faith in his blood. That's in the Codex Alexandrinus. So what's the problem with it? Verse 25. Through the shedding of his blood. Give me. Let me highlight that. Crashed E-sword. Freak. He crashed E-sword, Gail. Through faith in his blood. Through the shedding of his blood. To be received by faith. The word faith is there. We've knocked out a chart. Move on.
It's turned around.
Please tell a fact.
Now watch relates to the blood again.
She's told 3
Blood which was
facts
shed
in the
chapter
last
22, or the cup which is poured. Now you all are pouring cups tonight.
1
So now
hour
you're shedding blood.
and
Okay.
8
Therefore,
minutes
you
she's
don't
told
think
3
through what the words are
facts.
saying there.
So that's a record.
The King James, this is my body which is broken for you. Now it's not...
Oh, 1 core 1124. 1 core 1124. This is my body which is for you. Broken. Oh, it doesn't say broken. Oh, the freak. 1 core 1124. My body broken for you, but it's not broken, it's 24'd. This is my body which is for you. So the satanic plot here, let's go to the Sinaiticus 24. The satanic plot here is that in 330 AD, the scribe was tempted by Satan to leave out broken for you. Right. It's a lot of nonsense, but I've got a chart out of the way. Move on.
It's broken, but it's broken for us, for our sins. Christ suffered. Okay, that's all admitted, the blood and all that stuff that they wouldn't like. Okay. Hebrews 1:3, by himself purged our sins. The blame is for us. He didn't die for his own sins, he died for our sins. He suffered for us.
We've knocked out 1 hour
Okay.
and nearly 10
minutes. You know, did he suffer for his own sins according to these people, but not for us? Okay. So we have a different gospel there. Now, Henry Travers Edge was a friend of Madame Blavatsky, and he wrote a book in 1880.
Oh, Madame Blavatsky.
Have produced a rendering
Blavatsky.
crap. Called Esoteric Keys. And he is referring to the title of the presence in Matthew 24. Right, so we have one of these people saying,
And because Led Zeppelin used the song The Presence, it somehow makes the NIV evil.
Here's a copy of Christianity Today. I believe it's January 1996.
Oh, Christianity Today. It's a satanic magazine. She's ripped the cover off it because it's evil.
And she's clothing. We're all looking for wolves, aren't we?
Ah, so
The back cover of Christianity Today is an advertisement for John.
to them the NIV's evil, the Strong's Concordance is evil, the Greek New Testament is evil, the Hebrew Old Testament is evil. What? Please answer this question. What can you like? If you're a King James Version onlyist, what are you actually allowed to like? Ice cream? Chocolate? Oh God, she's finished. Oh God. What a relief. It's like waiting for a bomb to explode. Oh, part 2. Oh God. We'll stop at the next chart. Why clap her? She's lying to you.
Whose picture and advertisement for his book,
You're a
Some
lot
Back
of
Christianity Today.
brainwashed
And I wonder
sheep.
why would a supporter of a Luciferian organization be on back of Christianity Today? And we mentioned that at the proceedings of the Theosophical Society, they said it's through the
Christianity
churches.
Today
And
is
more examples
evil.
of through the churches. Now, John Mark Templeton is not only involved with
I didn't get my answer, did I? How you allowed to like ice cream? McDonald's, KFC, anything.
Do a little collation, as I did in Romans chapter 1. I had changed the King James Bible in 13 places.
What actually are allowed to do?
King James Bible, put King James on the cover. So there were changes of spelling, changes of punctuation.
So the
And
King
the
James,
infiltration is,
New
very
King
thorough.
James is
Now,
evil.
Mr.
We
Templeton,
all know
This is
that.
a picture of his cohort. And the gentleman goes by the name of Mobius.
This
And
is
that-
a Satanist
what
behind
Mobius was.
some
It was a
version
symbol
of the
for
Bible.
666. Mr. Templeton's cohort is his name is Mobius. Now he also
Templeton. I don't care
His
who
name's
he is
not
anymore.
Satan, not Mark.
I'm
But
just
that is what he uses. Now,
getting
John
through
Templeton
this
was
as
now
fast
he's
as
80
I
years old.
possibly
And one of his
can.
funds is that's called Templeton Dragon. And so it's very easy to see.
Is
This
his
what
name
happened on the paper for
Mobius?
the Mobius
He must be
fund, which was
evil
Templeton
because
was
his
going on.
name's Mobius.
Now, the Theosophical Society that we mentioned.
There's Madame
Blavatsky.
Blavatsky.
But those eyes on it are not the eyes of a human being. There's absolutely no question in my mind. I wanted
Eyes
to see
of
what she looked like.
demons?
The first thing she talked about was
She's a
revealing all that. And I think
Satanist?
that reveals an awful lot about that one. But she started the Theosophical Society, and in two books,
Blah,
Secret
blah,
Doctrine,
blah,
Secret
blah,
Doctrine,
blah,
Bible,
blah,
Ways,
blah.
Now, remember we said it was going to come through the churches. Okay? This was Madame Blavatsky's newspaper. The name of the newspaper was Lucifer. Nothing like up front of what you're all about. But you can see right there, it's published by H.P. Blavatsky and I does not. The lady who had a symbol. Okay, now, I don't know
Karlina
who this is.
Petrovna
But the front name is
Blavatsky.
It says, I, Jesus. Okay? And the bright and morning star.
Yes,
Can you see that?
there
I
is
don't
an
know who
entity
you can
called
read that. Now, she's doing a
Jesus.
reference here, 2 Peter to Revelation 22. Now, does the Bible
Their
say that the bright morning star is
religion,
Lucifer? Of
if
course
you
not.
can call
The
it
King
a
James Bible
religion, has a
says in Isaiah
Jesus
14:12
too,
that Lucifer
and a
was called
Maitreya,
He's the son of morning.
and
He fell, and he
a
became Satan. Okay. Now, conversely,
what's your
Peter,
favourite one?
in Revelation, talk about Jesus Christ, who is bright and morning star. There's nothing
Melchizedek.
I like about him at all. Okay. But she is saying, I, Jesus, am Lucifer, the bright morning star. This is back in the late 1800s. Remember they went through the
Melchizedek,
churches. This
there's
was their plan.
Paul the
Now,
Venetian.
if we look at an international version today, where it says I, Jesus, and the bright and morning star, that's somewhat correct. King James says I, Jesus, and the bright and morning star. There, Revelation 22:16. Hey, 2 Peter 1:19, the NIV says.
Oh, it's a
Jesus is the morning
chart.
star.
It's a chart. We can stop this. We can finish this episode. It's a chart. Oh my God, it's a chart.
Revelation 22:16. Okay, 2 Peter 1:19.
All right, 1 hour and 17
says,
minutes. Not out of the
Jesus is the
field.
morning star.
Whoa, my eyes, my eyes. 2 Peter 1:19. 2 Peter 1:19. 2 Peter 1:19. Until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts. And the NIV dares to put 19. As to a light shining in a dark place until the day dawns and the morning star rises in your heart. Same word. I don't get it. How does conspiracy work where there's no conspiracy? Day star, it says day star. You see, it says day star. Ah, it says morning star here. It says day star of the King James. Therefore, morning star is like those little lucifers you used to buy to light your barbecue with. Right, gotcha. So close to knocking this chart off.
Okay, 2 Peter 1:19, the NIV says that Jesus is the morning star.
Yeah,
And
so?
in the King James, he's the day star, so it's somewhat
Yeah.
equivalent there. So they're correct in their
Yeah.
reference to Jesus Christ there. However, in the NIV and also the NASB and other Bibles, they have omitted the name Lucifer from Isaiah 14.
Because it's a Latin word, therefore it's been translated into English. While they were translating the Greek words into English, they thought, let's translate the Latin words too. Isaiah 14:12, and we're finished. Isaiah 14:12 is the big one. Isaiah 14:12 is the big one, then we're finished. We are finished. This is out. O Lucifer, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? God talking to Lucifer, the morning star. 14:12, 14:12, 14:12, 14. How have you fallen from heaven, morning star, you son of the dawn? You've been cast down to the earth, you who once laid low the nations. In the Septuagint, you need the actual LXX. There we go. Sorry. Verse 12. 12, 12, 12, 12.
Trotsky's newspaper. The name of the newspaper was Lucifer.
Lucifer is
Nothing like being upfront with what you're all about. But you can see right there, it was published by
It's a
H.B. Blavatsky and Ani
newspaper
Besant.
that
Lady who had this
has a
symbol.
lot
Okay, now,
of
I don't know if you can read this type, but I did want to put this up here to document what the front of her magazine says. It says, I, Jesus, am the bright and morning star.
That's a long note. Can we
Can you see
fast
that? I
forward?
don't know if you can read that.
You
Give a
can't
reference
read.
Here, 2 Peter to Revelation 22. Now, does the Bible say that the bright morning star is
You
Lucifer? Of course
can't
not.
read.
The King James Bible says
That's
in
a
Isaiah
classic.
14:12 that Lucifer is the fallen angel.
Greek,
He's the son of the
Hebrew,
morning. He
Coptic,
fell, and he
Aramaic,
became Satan. Now, conversely,
hieroglyphics,
Peter,
demotic,
Revelation talk about Jesus Christ, who is the bright and morning star. There's
Syriac.
nothing alike about them at all. Okay, but she is saying, I, Jesus, am Lucifer,
I,
the bright morning star. This is back in the late 1800s. Remember, they said they were going to come through the churches.
Here we go.
Okay, this was their plan. Now, if we look in the New International Version today,
Are you going
where it
to?
says, I, Jesus, am the
You're
bright
actually
and
going to
morning star.
open a new
That's
international
somewhat
version
correct.
of the Bible,
King James says, I,
Gail?
Jesus, am the bright morning star.
At
there,
all,
Revelation
ever?
22:16. Okay, 2 Peter 1:19, the NIV
Would you know what it
says that
says?
Jesus is the morning star. And he, in the King James, he's the day star. So it's somewhat equivalent there. So they're correct.
They're
in their reference to
correct.
Jesus Christ there. However, in the NIV and also the NASB and other Bibles, they
Yeah.
have omitted the name Lucifer from Isaiah 14:12.
Isaiah 14:12. Isaiah 14:12. Isaiah 14:12. What did I do that for? Isaiah 14:12. Oh my God. I've just downloaded a dozen more Bibles for eSword. Happens every time I go to their site. Morning Star. Did you download the Vulgate? No.
Of spelling, changes
Okay.
of punctuation.
Third time lucky.
And so
Let's get this out of the way.
The infiltration is very thorough. Now, something interesting about Mr. Templeton
I've downloaded another
of his
5
cohort. And the gentleman goes by the name of Mobius. Isn't
eSword
that interesting?
modules.
We just looked at what the Mobius
So
for
something
Servant 666,
positive
Mr. Templeton's
came out
cohort
of this
is,
rubbish.
His name is Mobius. Now, he also goes by the first name Mark. I think that's very
A
interesting.
lot of people
Now, I
are
think
still
that's
making
really not Mark.
homemade
But
modules
that-
for eSword.
Now, John
Awesome
Mark Templeton is one of the wealthiest men in
community.
the world. He's now 84 years old. But one of his
I need a
funds
tablet
is an
to
fund called the Templeton Drive.
download my
So
Bible
it's very easy to see.
because there's some
Just a
really
simple advertisement in a paper for
awesome
the Mobius Fund,
modules
which
for
belongs
my
to Mr.
Bible
Templeton. What is going on here?
that don't work with eSword
Now,
modules.
the Theosophical Society that we mentioned was started.
Madam
I
Blavatsky
don't know if there's a picture
again.
of her,
I just
but,
got to
because
catch
I
up
found that one
again.
of her
I'm
documents, there's
getting
absolutely no question in my
tired.
mind, and I want you to see what she looked like,
Finishing
because the first
on
New
this
Testament
off
talks about some
now.
countenance revealing an awful lot about a person, and I think that
Taking
reveals an awful
too
lot about them. She started the
long.
Theosophical Society, and her two books, The Secret Doctrine 1 and The Secret Doctrine 2, are the Bibles for the New Age movement. Now, remember we said it was going to come through the
Do
churches?
they have
This
Bibles?
was Madame Blavatsky's newspaper.
Does the
name of
New Age
newspaper was
movement
Lucifer.
have churches
Nothing like
with
being upfront with
pastors
what you're
and
all about.
Bibles?
But,
Do they sing
see
New
right there,
Age
it's published by H.B.
hymns?
Blavatsky and Ani Besant, the lady who had
Do
this
they have a
symbol.
New
Okay,
Age
now, I don't know if you can read this type,
communion?
but I did want to put this up here to document what the front of her magazine says. It says, I, Jesus, right there, am the bright and morning
New
star,
Age
Lucifer. Can you see that? I don't know if you can read
baptisms?
that. You can all read that. Okay, now she's giving a reference here to 2 Peter to Revelation 22.
interesting.
Now, does the Bible say that the bright morning star is Lucifer?
Oh, here we go.
Okay, the
We're
King
on.
James Bible,
We're onto it.
14:12, that Lucifer is the fallen angel. He's the son of the morning. He fell
Where'd you get that from?
and he became Satan. Okay. Now, conversely,
So
Peter,
Lucifer
in
becomes
Revelation,
Satan.
talk about Jesus Christ,
What
who is
verse
the
is
bright
that from?
and morning star. There's
What
nothing
verse is that from?
alike about them at all.
Seriously.
Okay, but she is saying, "I Jesus
Seriously.
am
Oh my God.
the bright morning star." Now,
The
this
more
is
I
back in
watch
the
this,
late
the more
1800s. Remember they said they were
ridiculous
gonna
it
come in through the
gets.
churches. Okay, this was.
Oh God, come on, Gal.
If we
I
look in
want
the
to
New
go to
International
bed.
Version today,
Bedtime.
where it says, "I Jesus am the bright and morning star," That's
This is
somewhat
what
correct.
this is
King
what
James says,
serial
Jesus is the morning
killers
star there,
do.
Revelation 22.
They have to watch Gail
Second Peter
Riplinger
1:19,
for
the NIV
20
says
years.
Jesus is the morning star, and he is the
Stuck
King
on
James
a
day star,
loop.
so it's somewhat equivalent there. So they're correct in their reference to Jesus Christ there. However,
Here
in
we
the
go.
NIV and also the NASB and other Bibles, they have omitted the name Lucifer from Isaiah 14:12.
Thank you. Now I'm ready to take you on. In the Hebrew 14:12, O Lucifer, halal, means, in a sense of brightness, the morning star. In Latin, Lucifer. That's what the Hebrew says. They translated the English from the Hebrew, not the Latin, because they're clever. In the Vulgate, so I think I found 3 versions of the Vulgate. What's this? Charles Thompson, English translation. Here's the actual Vulgate. Lucifer, quae mane aribus. Sounds like I know Latin. I don't know how to pronounce the words though. Who speaks it? I asked the library I asked the lady at the bookshop, do you have a learn to speak Latin cassette tape? And she laughed at me. It's like, who the hell speaks it? So you have to make it up. Okay, so there's Lucifer. And if there was a Latin Vulgate with the Strong's Concordance, you'd be able to figure it out. We've got 4 Septuagints now. 14:12. We'll choose the easiest one because it's late at night. There's one with an English and Greek. 14:12. Oh, I'm getting tired. 14:12. Sky. Phosphorus. There it is. What's your G number? It's the phosphorus. There's no G number. Strong's number for phosphorus. Well, let's try here. Phosphorus. Looking for phosphorus. Nope. Noun, nominative, singular, masculine. But no Strong's number. Phosphorus. We're looking for phosphorus. Phosphorus. There it is again. Noun, nominative, singular, masculine, meaning the morning star. How art thou fallen from the stars, you morning star? It makes brilliant poetic sense. But she wants it to say Lucifer.
And they have substituted the name of Jesus Christ here, morning star.
Right.
So it says, how have you fallen from heaven, morning star? So if someone
Jesus is this dawn star.
ran morning star through an NIV concordance and wanted to see who is the morning star, they would conclude that Jesus Christ and the fallen angel Lucifer were one and the
Do I
same
really have
person.
to finish this off?
And I had a student at Kent State
Come on, it's
University
been 8
ask
years.
me that very thing, and that's what propelled me into my research on this course. He said,
NIV,
is Isaiah
Dawn Star.
14 about Jesus Christ, as the King James Bible says? Or excuse me, is Isaiah 14 about Lucifer, as the King James Bible says, or is it about Jesus? And I said, well, certainly it's the fall of Lucifer.
Just
And
type
he
in
said, oh
star.
no, it's about Jesus Christ. And this
Get
young
this
man
out
had
of the
become very
way.
confused. And so pragmatically speaking, people are being confused by this. But this was
Revelations 2:28.
precursed by Madame Blavatsky saying, I, Jesus, have
She's saying
provided
here
morning
that
star,
Madame
Lucifer."
Blavatsky provided the translation of the NIV in this verse. It gets worse. Here we go. I also give that one the morning star, referring to Christ. Crash these forward again. Got too many modules. Oh, this is my favourite one. What verse are we in? 228. There it is, the star. So she's saying that this Aster, where we get the god Astaroth from, or where the Astaroth comes from, back to front, is Jesus or Satan or Lucifer or the devil. I'm just too tired to even think about this. This is just so ridiculous. I'll put in a link. There's a YouTube video on the whole Lucifer Isaiah 14 catastrophe that she started. It's funny as hell. Bye.